Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. John Foster, an American Idol finalist, received a stunning indication before the big finale. This was more important to him than anything. It was a good sign, which he interprets as tranquility and power heading into the finals. The final episode of American Idol will be long and exciting, as viewers anticipate who will win the competition this season. Keep reading to learn more about the problem. John Foster is one of 3 finalists on American Idol. He will perform with Brianna Nix and Jamal Roberts. All 3 of them are great artists who worked hard to reach the finals. However, people have believed that John will win from the start. He has a large fan base and received a lot of votes in America. However, Jamal and Brianna still have an opportunity to impress audiences with their last performance. Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryan, Lionel Richie, Goo Goo Dolls, Jelly Roll, Brandon Lake, and many other artists will also play. Fans can't wait till Sunday, May 18th. He discovered the rosary on the ground directly outside his Uber. This made him feel as if he was destined to see it and that God was sending him a sign. Fans were thrilled that this occurred to John. Everyone is wishing the last 3 the best of luck in the finale. It appears that John found a rosary just before getting into his Uber. He saw this as a sign from God that the finals would go well. Regardless, he thought that this sign from God would provide him calm as he approached the conclusion. Fans enjoyed watching this and wished John the best of luck in the comments. What are your thoughts about this? Do you believe this indicates that he will win? Comment below. We'd love to hear your comments on the situation. It was the eve of the American Idol Season 23 finale, a night charged with electric anticipation, tension, and the culmination of months of relentless work, fierce competition, and emotional highs and lows. For John Foster, one of the top 3 finalists, it was more than just the closing of a chapter. It was the defining moment of a lifetime. While millions of fans across the country eagerly counted down the hours, John found himself in a moment of unexpected serenity. Outside his Uber, just as he prepared to head to the final rehearsals at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles, something on the pavement caught his eye: a rosary. It wasn't just any rosary. The beads glimmered in the fading California sun, each one perfectly intact, the silver crucifix weathered but unmistakably elegant. John paused, almost in disbelief, his heart skipping a beat. There was no one else around, no nearby church, no pedestrians who could have dropped it. It felt intentional. It felt sacred. As he bent down to pick it up, he felt a jolt, not fear, not confusion, but peace. A profound stillness settled over him, the noise of the city dimmed, and in that moment, John Foster, 22-year-old from Charlotte, North Carolina, knew deep in his bones that something bigger than himself was at play. Throughout the season, John had been seen as a frontrunner. His voice, a smooth, rich baritone with an otherworldly ability to convey vulnerability, had captivated audiences from the start. His original audition, where he performed a stripped-down version of Fix You by Coldplay, brought Lionel Richie to tears. From that moment, John's journey seemed divinely scripted. But as with any competition of this magnitude, nothing was guaranteed. And John, humble despite his growing fan base and celebrity status, never took anything for granted. In the week leading up to the finale, nerves had run high for all 3 contestants. Alongside John were Brianna Nix, a powerhouse soul vocalist from Nashville with a vibrato that could rattle the rafters, and Jamal Roberts, a genre-blending performer from Oakland whose charisma and stage presence made every performance feel like a concert. The competition was stiff. All 3 had worked tirelessly, enduring vocal boot camps, media rounds, and weeks of living under the scrutiny of national television. And now, they were standing on the precipice of one of the biggest opportunities of their lives. Back in his hotel room, rosary in hand, John sat at the edge of his bed and reflected. He wasn't particularly religious, not in the traditional sense. But he believed in signs, in energy, in a higher power that guided certain moments in life. This rosary, to him, was more than a coincidence. It was an omen, a promise that everything would unfold as it was meant to. He didn't interpret it necessarily as a guarantee of victory, but rather a reassurance that he was on the right path, that the universe had his back, that peace could exist in even the most pressurized moments. When word of John's discovery reached the show's behind-the-scenes crew and then trickled into the online fan community, the response was overwhelming. Fans flooded social media with messages of support, admiration, and shared belief. "God's hand is on you, John," one fan wrote. "You were chosen for a reason." Others shared stories of finding meaning in unexpected objects, feathers, coins, birds appearing in odd places. Suddenly, John's quiet moment of personal clarity had become a collective spiritual experience. As finale day dawned on May 18th, Los Angeles buzzed with excitement. Outside the Dolby Theater, fans lined up early, many of them wearing shirts bearing their favorite contestant's name. Inside, the production crew was busy transforming the stage into a spectacle worthy of the moment. LED walls, custom lighting, surprise musical guests, all orchestrated to create a night the audience would never forget. John arrived calm, his usual pre-performance jitters muted. He carried the rosary in his pocket, occasionally reaching in just to hold it during downtime. His mother, who had flown in from North Carolina, squeezed his hand tightly backstage. "I've never seen you so at peace before a show," she whispered, her eyes wet with emotion. "Whatever happens tonight, just know I'm proud." The night's lineup was ambitious. Each finalist would perform 3 songs, a personal choice, a song chosen by the judges, and an original single written with the show's songwriting team. Additionally, the finale would include duets with musical legends. John had been paired with Goo Goo Dolls, a surreal match for him since Iris had been one of his favorite songs growing up. Their rehearsal was nothing short of magical, with lead singer John Rzeznik remarking, "You've got something, kid. It's real." Brianna was set to sing with Carrie Underwood, and Jamal with Jelly Roll, each a powerful pairing in its own right. All 3 contestants had their moments during the night. Brianna's rendition of "A Change Is Gonna Come" brought the house to its feet. Jamal's original song, a funky, genre-bending anthem about self-love, had the crowd dancing, but when John took the stage for his original single, "Anchor in the Storm," the theater fell into a hushed reverence. It was a ballad that spoke of resilience, loss, and ultimately, faith. John stood center stage, backlit by a soft golden light, the rosary tucked safely in his jacket pocket. His voice carried through the theater with raw emotion, every note measured, every lyric landing like a prayer. By the end, Lionel Richie had tears in his eyes again. "John," he said, standing up, "you just gave us a masterpiece. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.